Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the um, last in this session version of A Taste of Tai Chi, last of the summer series. Um, for the first three in this series, we worked on three postures at a time. So we've had a total of 9 postures that we paid particular attention to. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to continue that pattern and we're going to work on the last three after we do a kind of a rerun of the first 9 again, along with some attention to details, along with some attention to various ideas about Tai Chi that I want you to pay attention to. And so we'll kind of throw as much information in the bucket as I can over the next hour. So the first thing that we're going to do, of course, is to assume the Wu-Ji position and bow in. For the Wu-Ji position, your head is upright, your chin is tucked toward your body, shoulders should be consciously relaxed and rounded forward. Tuck your tailbone, bend your knees, check your feet to make sure that they're close together and all your toes are pointed forward. Okay, your left hand is going to be a willow palm, your right hand is going to be a fist. Your left foot is put forward in the point step. Fold your left hand over the right fist. Keep your eyes up as you bow. We're in business. We'll do that at the end of the class as well. It's just an old tradition, and I'm an old traditionalist, so we're going to do it my way. Meanwhile, we're going to do a series of exercises. These exercises are meant to work on your ligaments and your tendons and all the connective tissues in your body. I don't give a rat's patoot about building muscles, although practicing Tai Chi conditions your lower body a lot. What we're looking to do is to work on your ability to move easily and freely, things about your posture, about shifting your weight correctly, about being able to move comfortably. Various body parts, as we get older, more mature, I like to say, don't work quite as easily. And if we exercise the way that we do in Tai Chi, which is nice and slowly and deliberately, things tend to be exercised without being uncomfortable. Last week, I had a little bit of a discussion. No, I talked a little bit about a concern that one of the students had emailed me about, which was about sometimes your knee may be uncomfortable after you've done Tai Chi. Well, the things that work to make that happen are the position of the various bones in your body, the places that you're shifting your weight to, and the degree of the weight shifting that goes on. Just to recap, what you need to do is to make sure that your toes and your knees are always pointed in the same direction. You don't want your toes pointed out to the side while your knee points forward and you're shifting weight on it. That's what's called pronation, and it's not a good thing. Some people walk with their toes out and they're pronating all the time. That's a result of some problems with the knee, no doubt. And maybe you need to talk to your orthopedic guy about that. But at any rate, please try to keep your toes and your knees pointed in the same direction. When you shift your weight, don't shift your weight too far. Don't go past your knee being above your bubbling well. You do remember your bubbling well, right? It's that place on the bottom of your foot that is the center of your geographical weight distribution. Did that make sense? I hope so. So you want to have your weight in the optimal place all the time. So whenever you shift from one side to the other, you're going to go as far as making yourself be right on top of your bubbling well, then you're going to sink on that bubbling well. That lets you do stuff with the other parts of your body and still be comfortable and in control. Got it? Okay, let's go to work. From the Wuji position, we've got some exercises to do. First, we're going to put all our weight on the left side and sink. Remember to relax your shoulders. Pick up your right heel just a little bit and check your balance. If your balance is good, go to a tiptoe position with that right foot. Check your balance again. If it's still good, keep the toes pointed down, pick up the knee, move the foot, gently touch the floor. Lower the heel, push the heel out to straighten the foot. Now center your weight and sink a little more. Good. You're now in a position for swinging arms. So, ignoring your arms, turn your body to the right, to the left, and repeat. Keep your knees bent. Turn everything all at the same time. If you take a peek over your shoulder in the direction that you're turning, you're going to turn a little more completely. Keep your knees bent. You can do this as quickly or as slowly as you please. It doesn't matter. I kind of like to do it slowly because I want to feel everything that's going on. Okay. Now we're going to do touch the earth and hold the sky. It's my favorite stretch. This has 6 steps. Number 1, bend the knees a little extra, lightly interlace your fingers. Number 2, keep your knees bent, turn the palms up and push enthusiastically toward the ceiling. Number 3, keep your knees bent, go up on the front half of your feet and stay there. Number 4, keep your knees bent, push down with your right palm, push up with your left one. 5, keep your knees bent, bring the top hand down, point your fingers forward, lift the fingertips and push back with your wrist bones. 6, relax. 1, 2, 3, and hold it. 4, push down with your left palm, push up with your right. 5, top hand down, point your fingers, pick up the fingertips and push back. 6, relax. 1, 2, 3, right push, pushing back, down. One more, please. 1, 2, 3, left push, pushing back, and down. My favorite stretch. Okay. Double knee circles is next. Back to the Wuji position, feet nice and close. When you're standing upright in the Wuji position, by the way, you still should feel relaxed. I don't want you all stiff like you're being inspected by a Marine top sergeant on a drill field. Nice and upright and relaxed. Okay. When you lower your body, keep your body fairly straight. Find your kneecaps. 15 rotations in each direction, keeping your feet flat on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's good for you. If your knees are tired when you finish, you need to do more of them. The quadricep muscle group above your kneecap, excuse me, gets a little tired, and you just need to condition it a little bit more. Okay, we're going to do tiger stretches. Your feet should be way outside the level of your shoulders. You're going to make sure your knees are nice and bent. Relax your shoulders. Tuck your tailbone. Hands out here in front, not touching. Okay, shift over to the right side and sink. Pick up your left toes and turn them out. Shift over onto the left side, sink again. Hold position. Shift back, turn the toes front. Shift left and sink. Pick up the right toes, turn them out. Shift right, sink again. Shift back, toes to the front. Shift right, sink. Pick up your left toes, turn them out. Shift and sink. Shift, turn, shift and sink. Pick up the right toes, turn them out. Shift, sink again. Shift and sink, turn, center your weight, and we're done with that one too. Last but not least, 2 minutes of standing post. This is a passive exercise, static exercise, people have called it, but there's still a lot going on. You will feel it in your thighs. You will feel it sometimes in your lower back. You need to remember to tuck your tailbone and to relax your shoulders to get the full benefit of it. Your feet are somewhere around shoulder width apart, maybe a little more if you like. Some people like a little further. That's okay. It's up to you. Okay, so nice deep knee bend, hands out in front at shoulder levels, shoulders and elbows nice and relaxed. You've now got 2 minutes of uninterrupted relaxation. Feel free to take a nap or think about your grocery list or whatever you please, but relax. Your breathing should be nice and slow and deep using diaphragmatic breath work. Breathe with your belly. One minute. And hands down. Okay, so much for the warm-up. If you have any questions about anything that we've done, let me remind you that you're perfectly free to email me and ask any questions that you want. You can also reach me through my website, donmatson.blogspot.com. And I would encourage everybody to take a look at the website. If you want to practice along, there are 2 videos that are there. If you poke around the menus, you'll find them. And there's probably more information about what we're doing than you really want. But do browse around it, take a look and see if there's anything that generates any questions or interest or anything. And don't forget, you can email me just pretty much any old time. I will get back to you with email. Okay, so time to go to the work. First thing we do, of course, is the form, the whole form, and nothing but the form. Okay? Please remember that your whole point here is control, mental, physical, and emotional control. You're going to do this in a very deliberate manner. Each and every tiny little part of the form, the choreography that we do, deserves that same attention to detail. So you're not going to bundle movements together. They're going to be smooth, but you're also required to recognize each little component of each movement. Got it? Let's see what we got today. I'm going to do the names of each posture, then the numbers of the movements within each posture. The numbers are there as a reminder or as a cue to let you know that there are a series of things that you're supposed to do before the next number shows up and nothing else. Okay? Let's try it. And don't forget to breathe, okay? Preparation. 1, 2. Initiation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grasping the bird's tail to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn the left toes. 8, 9, 10. Single whip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the right toes. 5. Wave hands like clouds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brush me and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands strum the lute. 1, 2, 3. Step back and repulse the monkey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Deflect, intercept, and punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shutting the door. 1, 2, 3. Crossing hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Conclusion. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's all there is to it. Piece of cake, right? Okay. What you need to remember when you're practicing Tai Chi forms is that every part of it leads to another part. And you have to look at them like little building blocks. It's not a strand like a string. It's a bunch of little components like a string of pearls, okay? Every little pearl is a part of the whole thing, but every pearl deserves its own recognition. So that's why you do them deliberately and try to do each component correctly before you move on. Okay, so last week we finished up with, let's see, it would have been deflect, intercept, and punch, okay? So, okay, so let's take a look at the first 9. First 9. Yes, I count on my fingers. Okay, so there's preparation, initiation, grasping the bird's tail, oh, it's got a lot of moving parts, right? Single flip. Wave hands like clouds. Brush knee and push. Hands string the loop. Step back and repulse the monkey. Deflect, intercept, and punch. Boom, which brings us to here. So, first thing you do, put your left hand under your right arm. Do a clean. Time out. Let me show you what's going on. Okay, we're in this position. Okay, in this position. So this hand goes under the arm. Slide it up the back of the arm. What you're doing is getting rid of somebody who's got a grab on your arm. You're dislodging that. Okay. So, okay, looking like this. Okay. No, looking like this. Okay. Left hand goes under, shift your weight back, go to a crossed hands position. Okay. Let it go out to the shoulders. You're going to step forward a little bit, your heel's still on the ground, hands turn forward. Arms are extended 3/4. Don't extend them all the way. Now leave your arms as bent as they are, and you push by shifting your weight forward. You're not pushing with your arms, you're pushing with your body. Okay, so let's go into that. Let's do that one. So from the end, I'm doing it backwards here. You have to be patient. Okay, so underneath, step back, hands out by your shoulders. Turn the palms forward, shift your weight forward, arms are extended. Continue shifting your weight and push. Next up is crossing hands. Left wrist goes on top of the right one. Shift your weight back and sink. Turn your body toward the front. Nose, belly button, and toes, everybody. Everything turns. Hands go up, shift over to the left side. Sink over there. Hands go down. Your hands make a kind of a scoop, or like you're giving somebody a step up with your hands. Okay, and I'll explain what goes on here in a second. So come here. Now you got to shift your weight over to the other side and stand up. What you're doing is one of my all-time favorite things to do. If somebody is reaching for your throat, okay, first thing that's happening is that you're getting those arms up and out of the way. When you're finishing this, you're bending over and reaching down for the leg of the person who's doing that. Some people will grab for a pants leg. Some people will wrap around the back of the knee. Some people would reach for the ankle. The lower the better, actually. But you're going down here and you're getting a hold of that leg. Shifting your weight, standing up, and throwing that person head over heels backwards. Okay, it's a big round movement. So you're blocking up, grasping, shifting weight, standing up again, and dispersing that person to parts unknown. So what do you do when you finish doing that? Leave in a hurry. Okay, you don't want to give anybody a second chance at you. So you want to get out of town as quick as you can after that. Okay, so let's take a look from the end of deflect, intercept, and punch. So we'll look like this. Okay. Back, turn your palms, shift your weight, extend the arms, and push. Crossing hands, left hand over the right wrist, turn the body. Hands go high, shift to the left. Hands are in a scoop down here. Shift to the right, stand up, release the crossed hands. Okay, let's smooth that out. From the end of deflect, intercept, and punch. Okay. Good. Okay, you end up like this, actually. Okay. For the conclusion, the last part of it, your feet may not be exactly parallel or in the right position. Doesn't matter because we're going to give you the opportunity to change that now. So from this position, you're going to turn the palms down, push down with the palms, shift your weight left and adjust the right toe, shift your weight right, bring the left foot in. And then you're back to our old friend, the Wu Ji position. Okay, if you have any questions, and I'm sure this is still a mystery to a lot, please remember, email me or contact me through the website. Okay, so let's take a look at the last three postures, smooth them out. I'm going to give you the name of the posture and rely on you to break down the pieces into their components. Do it nice and slowly. Make sure that you're in control at all times. Capiche? Okay. So, we look like this. How'd that work out? Anybody real pleased with themselves? Cool. Okay, so let's take a look at the whole form a couple of times. Then I want to talk about your breath work again. I want to talk about how you shift your weight and turning your toes. All of these things are very, very important. And because we pay so much attention to the choreography, sometimes we forget those other important parts. So let's do the form, the whole form, and nothing but the form. I'll just give you the name of the posture. Preparation. Initiation. Grasping the bird's tail to the right. Single whip. Wave hands like clouds. Brush, knee, and push. Hands strum the lute. Step back and repulse the monkey. Deflect, intercept, and punch. Shutting the door. Crossing hands. Conclusion. What do you think? Pretty good? Pretty good. Okay, breathing. The way that you breathe when you do Tai Chi does several things that are important. First of all, it helps you coordinate your movement. And if you coordinate your movement with your breathing, it adds to your energy. It gives you an extra focused dose of energy every time you do it correctly. The other thing it does, if you're breathing correctly, is to make your lungs work more efficiently. When you breathe correctly, you breathe with your belly, your abdomen. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. It's also called Zen breathing, Buddhist breathing, reverse breathing, all kinds of other breathing. And you'll find it in a lot of other disciplines as well. Yoga, meditation, there's a lot of ways that people have understood the importance of breathing correctly. The bottom line is that it gives you more stamina. Okay? What you do if you breathe with your belly is to bring more air into your lung system. By bringing more air into your lung system, you automatically put more red blood cells in your bloodstream. If you have more red blood cells in your bloodstream, you're simply going to not run out of breath as quickly. Okay? So breathing correctly has a very basic payback of making your breathing more efficient. Okay? If you breathe slow and deeply with your abdomen, you're going to use your lungs better than if you're breathing with your upper chest. Okay? What about that business about coordinating the way that your body and your breath works? Well, look at it this way. It's like focusing your energy and finding that you have a little extra energy when you focus it. So if you brush knee and push, by the time you get your body turned and the arm extended, you're breathing outwards with a forceful breath, which adds to the energy of the strike. Okay? So it's really all about efficiency. If you breathe efficiently and use your body efficiently, you maximize everything. What about qi? Aha. You don't hear too many people mention qi, C-H-I, all that often. The karate people call it ki. It's sometimes used as a synonym for breath. Actually, the written symbol is the same, whether you're talking about energy or breath. And a lot of people are not too sure what it is and remain somewhat skeptical and find it a mystery. Well, actually, the scientists have finally figured out a way to quantify it. As it turns out, it works like electrical current. What electrical current does is flow along the surface of a conductor. It doesn't flow in the middle of a piece of wire, it flows on the outside of it, okay? Qi does the same thing. It flows along the fascia in your body. The fascia or fascia is the covering of the connective tissues and muscles, and in fact, everything in your body. It's like a little skin, okay? And it flows there. The neatest thing about it is the fact that you can direct it. So when we're doing that brush, knee, and push, because you're focusing your energy in the palm of your hand and toward the target, you're bringing qi to that particular place. So by maximizing your breath work, maximizing the movement of your body, and focusing and bringing qi to that place, you simply get more bang for the buck. Okay, it makes everything much more efficient. If you're not sure about qi, next time we're in a real class together, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. It's very cool. Okay, so what else do I want to cover? Okay. Oh yeah, turning. Okay, let me get back here where my feet are going to be visible. when we turn our body, we're not going to be doing one of these. We're not going to be taking a whole bunch of steps. There is always a proper setup for when you turn. Okay, if you're a fancy dancer and stuff, you can turn by picking up one heel on the other toe and then moving and stuff like that. That's all well and good, but it's not very practical. So everything in a turn follows a sequence. The first important thing when we're thinking about a turn is where we're going to end up. And to deal with that, you put the foot out that you're going to step and then you're going to turn behind yourself. You never want to have your heels lined up, because that way when you turn, you're going to be like you're standing on one railroad track. You will not be stable. So step behind yourself. Then when you shift and sink, okay, you're going to have your knee over your bowling ball and you're going to sink. You'll be able to pick up the other set of toes, and simply by turning your body, you can bring those toes around. What we want when we finish is to have the front toe pointing forward, the back toe pointing out at about a 45-degree angle, and there should be a separation between your heels about the same as your hip bones. Okay, your heels should be as wide apart as your hip bones are. Okay, then you're going to be sunken on the front leg a little bit. 70% of your weight should be in the front, about 30% in the back. That's a very stable, very strong position. You can withstand a lot of pressure, and you can deliver a lot of pressure. This is what we do when we're brush, knee, and push. We're all this way. And by the way, when you're going to deliver that blow, don't go too far forward. You don't want to go so far that your back heel is picked up, because then you're pulled forward very easily. You want to be stable all the time. We always look for a place of strength, stability, and comfort. Okay? Okay, you've rested enough. Let's do the form some more. Preparation. Initiation. Grasping the bird's tail to the right. Are you breathing correctly? Turn left toes. Single whip. Wave hands like clouds. Brush, knee, and push. Hands strum the loop. Step back and repulse the monkey. Deflect, intercept, and punch. Shutting the door. Crossing hands. Conclusion. Wasn't that fun? No? Okay. Now, it's not particularly fun, but it's always interesting as far as I'm concerned. Because what it does is to think about or make you think about the control of not only your body, but your mind and your emotions. One of my teachers used to tell me that depending on what he was looking for, he would do one of several different kinds of Tai Chi. There were um, 6 different main styles of Tai Chi these days. Some of them are more vigorous than others. The form that we're doing is really oriented towards making you feel relaxed. But it's a kind of it's a fooler because couched within the beautiful, relaxing movements that we're doing is self-defense movements that are absolutely functional. So it's sort of the iron butterfly idea, you know. Um, some people have described Tai Chi as being steel covered with cotton. You know, it's nice and soft on the outside, but there's a solid core of really hard stuff. And that's kind of the way I like to think about it. Some people do it just for the exercise. Some people do it for the meditative qualities. Some people do it for the conditioning. It's very functional in every one of those things and many, many more. It's a great way to tune the world out and do something that is very self-focused, okay? So this is your opportunity to think about yourself as much as you want to, and nobody is going to say you shouldn't do that, okay? Okay, so the last 3 postures, let's take a look at them again. So we'll go from this position, your left foot is forward, your right fist is forward. Okay, so put your left hand underneath your right wrist. Shift your weight back, hands go by the shoulder. Turn the palms forward. I like to take a little step with my left foot. Arms are extended part of the way. Shift your weight and push. Don't go too far. Don't go past your bubbling well. Okay. Crossing hands. Left hand goes on the right wrist. Relax your hands. Shift your weight back. Sink on the left. Nose, belly button, and toes turns toward the front. Shift your weight left. Hands go high. Shift your weight right. Crouch. Make a form. Shift left. Stand up. I like to pull my right foot in just a little bit at this point to get it back to about a hip width position. Center my weight and sink. Okay, last but not least, conclusion. Number 1, turn both palms toward the floor, right hand on top, left hand on top, excuse me. As you push down to waist level, straighten your body a bit, relax. Shift your weight left, correct the right toes. Shift your weight right, bring the left foot in, and stand quietly. Okay, when you're standing quietly, please remember to relax your shoulders. That's the number 1 thing that people don't remember to do throughout the form. They'll go through the entire form with their shoulders up like this. Okay, especially if they go up and leave them like that. Well, that's not good. It's not good for you. And the relaxation is critical to being able to do the form correctly anyway. because it lets you lower your center of gravity a little more. And you always need to do that. Okay, we have about 5 minutes, so I propose that we look at the details of a couple of the more difficult postures. First one that comes to mind, grasping the bird's tail. Okay? It's got 10 steps. There's a lot of moving parts. Your body is going to be doing all kinds of things as you do it. Okay, so we're already in a position where our feet are about as wide as our shoulders. What we've done is the initiation business. So our hands are about hip level. Knees are nice and loose and relaxed. Shoulders are nice and loose and relaxed as well. Okay, when you're going to shift your weight left, embrace ball left, pull your right foot into a T-step position. Okay, here's a critical sit step. Remember to step behind yourself in the direction that you're going. Next, as you shift your weight onto the right side, push down with your left palm. Raise the right forearm straight up. Number 4, the dreaded invert the hands. Drop your right elbow to turn the right palm up. Turn your body toward the wall. Turn both hands over to the left and round your arms and shoulders, turning your hands into a double tiger's mouth position. This is your tiger's mouth. You've got 2 of them. They should be facing each other. The palm farthest away from you should face down. The palm closest to you should face up. They're separated about the distance from somebody's wrist to just above their elbow. Now turn your body back a little bit towards me. Number 5 is the drag, so shift your weight onto the left side and sink. Then turn your body toward the front. 6 is a release. Shift your weight to the front and extend your arms at shoulder level. Arms and hands should be relaxed. 7 is prepare to press. Turn the right palm so it faces your left shoulder and push the arm away a little. Bring the left hand high over the top when it's even with the bottom wrist. Drop it right down so it's between your body and the right palm. Your weight should be on the right side so you can pick up your left toes. Turn nose, belly button, and toes toward the wall. Turn your fingers so they point in opposite directions and extend and separate. Number 9 is the pull down. Grab the top of your imaginary swimming pool ladder. Shift your weight back and sink. Slide your hands all the way down to hip level. 10 is the push. Turn the palms up and bring them up even with your shoulders. As you shift your weight forward, point the fingertips up, continue shifting your weight, and push. Your back should be tilted a little forward. You don't want to be really, really upright because your upper body had a part of that push. Okay, let's do it again. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I am not one to assign homework, but if I was going to practice any one particular posture to make sure I am comfortable with it, that would probably be the one. Not only is it one of the more difficult ones, it's got a whole bunch of efficient self-defense movements embedded within it. Maybe in the fall, we'll get to talk a little bit more about that. Meanwhile, we're getting close to the time for the end of the class. So just once again, let me remind you that if you have any questions about what we're doing between email and the website, we ought to be able to answer pretty much all of them. So don't be strangers. Get in touch with me if you'd like to. I'm quite willing to answer any of your questions. Meanwhile, this is the end of the summer session. We'll pick up where we left off in the fall. We've been doing this for a whole bunch of years, and we kind of do the same stuff all the time. And as far as I'm concerned, it requires a whole lot of repetition. If you're into Tai Chi, you all know what I'm talking about. People that aren't willing to put in the work will disappear, but the rest of us have maintained a solid core for a number of years, and I'm very appreciative. Okay, get ready for the grand finale. Nice and slow. Remember you're bubbling well. Remember to relax your shoulders in particular. And begin. What do you think? I think we did good. Another concept that occurred to me late that I kind of like to point out every now and then. In Tai Chi, we say the hands follow the eyes. It goes back and works with that focus business that we talked about. So if you're going to do a brush knee and push, what you're going to do is to identify your target first, and then go ahead and bring the hand around to do the job. And that works with all the other postures as well. Whatever you're going to expend the energy on requires you to look at that particular place, because that's what gives your chi a place to go. That's what identifies your target. That's what gives you the energy boost. It's important as well, but I forget to mention it a lot of the time. But it is there and it is important. So once more, got any questions, don't be afraid to contact me. I'll be waiting for your email or contact through my website. Meanwhile, back to the Wuji position. Your head is upright, your chin is tucked toward your body, shoulders are relaxed and rounded, tuck the tailbone, bend the knees, toes are pointed forward. Left hand is a little palm, right hand is a fist, left foot is forward in the point step. Pull the left hand over the right fist, keep your eyes up as you bow. We're done. Thanks, everybody. Look forward to seeing you all in the fall.
I think we should all unmute and applaud. So the only time we're supposed that we can all unmute.
Thank you. Great class.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.